Time for another board game review, and this time we have the game KLASK 4. This was sent to me by Mikkel Bertelsen, the designer. Now, if you may remember, in episode 30 of this series, I reviewed the original KLASK. And this is the 4-player sequel of sorts. Let me show you how to play. Alright, so in KLASK 4, just like the original game, you gotta hit this orange ball into the other player's goals while avoiding the obstacles on the field. Well, there it goes. All players are free to move at all times, and there is no order of turn. Players can move their strikers by using the steering magnets underneath the KLASK board. Whoa, look at those moving! Each player starts with 5 points, and the game ends when the first player reaches 0 points. The player with the most points at the end wins. Before we get into playing, here you can see the whole board. It's pretty big. You can see that as well. There are 4 ways to lose points in KLASK 4 if the ball ends up in your goal. Let's just demonstrate. Ah, fuck. So in KLASK 4, so each player has... That's fine, that demonstrates my point. There are 4 ways to lose points. Each player has 5 points. One way is if the ball ends up in your goal and stays there, you lose a point. So this player would lose a point. Also, we have these little white magnets. If 2 or more of these stick to your striker, like so, you lose a point. If you lose control of your striker, like let's say you're very, very over-eager with it and you just, like that, oh shit, you definitely lose a point. And finally, if you accidentally put your striker back in your own goal and get stuck, that's called the KLASK, and you lose another point. This player's not doing so hot. Whenever a player loses a point, you deduct a point from their scoring track, and then you reset all the magnets and everything, and whoever lost that point gets to kick off the ball next. Only 1 point can be lost per player at a time, even if there are 2 simultaneous events where points can be lost. If 2 or more players make moves where points are lost simultaneously, then all players who make the move must deduct a point from their scoring track. So let's just play around. There's definitely 4 people here for real. Alright, let's go. Well, that's a good start. Ooh, okay, so this player got KLASKed. It wasn't me, it was totally Jay. Good job, Jay. And this player gets to start. Hiya! And this player, again, Jay, you're just doing so badly, loses another point. And so on and so forth. Let's try again. Jay, stop losing points. Ooh. 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 All right. And so that is an example of a classic how to make a player lose a point. Now, some other rules. If a white magnet falls over the side of the board, the game continues. You cannot intentionally remove the white magnets from your striker in any way. You can hit the white magnets with the ball or with the striker. However, you cannot use your steerer to move them. You can actually also play in teams of 2. In this case, it would be 10 points each per team, and you take a point from your teammate if you run out. When both players reach 0, the game is over. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. It's just a 4-player version of the KLASK. Go and shoot the ball one last time. Let's demonstrate. Ooh, ooh. And that's it. Now, if you've already seen my review of KLASK, you know I enjoyed the game. KLASK 4 takes that game and expands it to a very goofy multiplayer party game. It's well put together. You know, I always like how, nice the material is for the actual table itself. The steering magnets still work really well and are very fun to play with. This game has the exact feel of like a Mario Party minigame to me. It's more chaotic than the original KLASK, but with more people around the table, there's going to be more laughter. One minor hiccup is for optimal play, like the original game, you need to make sure you have a completely level playing surface. So we had to shove some papers underneath to make it level. Not because of the game's fault, but because of our table. Our table isn't perfectly level. So that's just something to keep in mind. Otherwise, If you want a more strategic experience, then you may want to get the original KLASK, especially if you're going to be playing mainly with just one other person. With more people, though, there's more chaos, but it's funnier. So if you want something that's going to be like kind of like a party experience of, hey, you guys want to try this out? You bring out the table with 3 other players and just, you know, fuck each other up. And you don't care so much about having it be this pure, skillful dexterity game, you'll enjoy it. So it's really going to just totally depend on your needs. Do you want a very strategic 2-player game, or a very funny but still, you know, satisfying 4-player party game? It's up to you.